Hello, Eagle parents. Welcome to the weekly update. It's August 20th, 2021. And what a week it's been. I say that, but it's only been 3 days. But the first 2 days were pretty challenging with the new traffic flow and with our new students coming in that weren't familiar with the building. And to be honest, what made it really challenging was the number of students that didn't have all of their paperwork turned in, whether it be their residency information or their vaccinations or any other outstanding paperwork. So that made it really challenging. We've worked really hard the last couple of years to have those 3 days set up before school to get all that information gathered and to get Chromebooks disseminated. But we had a lot of new families this year that weren't familiar with our processes or with familiar with InfoSnap. So we were really, really busy in the office. And that takes me to the three ladies that have really helped us get through this first few days, Mrs. Flanagan, Mrs. Hankins, and Mrs. Wolfcool. Mrs. Hankins is our new building secretary. Miss Flanagan is our attendance secretary, and Miss Wolfcool is our registrar who has helped train all of those people. So those three ladies have done a tremendous job for us, and we are very thankful that they're here and working in the capacity that they are. So thank you to them. COVID numbers. I mean, look at item number two. No positives and no quarantine students this week. So we couldn't ask for a better start to the school year. It's already better, much better than last year at this time. So we hope that that trend continues to stay uh, in the right direction, and we'll do our best to keep it that way. So good news to report from DHS on that front. The next item number three is our back to school night. We talked a little bit about it last week. Back to school night is usually a really highly attended event by our parents. This is your opportunity to meet your students' teachers. If you have a student that is going to be in driver's ed at any point during this school year, we encourage you to come at 6 o'clock that night to come to the auditorium. Mr. Simmons will be there to describe all of the things that need to happen for your student to have a good experience in driver's ed. There's a lot of different technicalities that you will be happy that you are familiar with once the presentation is over. If you don't have a freshman enrolled in driver's ed and you have a student that has a 0 hour class, then you start your schedule at 6:30. If you have a first hour class is the first hour of the day for your student, then you start at 6:40. And then we run a altered or edited bell schedule that allows you 5 minutes to meet each of your students' teachers and get their syllabus and whatnot, put a name with a face, so to speak. We do not print schedules that night, so you'll need to have that on your phone or have a copy printed off for yourself when you come into the doors. But overall, it's a really highly attended night and one that we feel pretty positive about. Next item, school pictures. So our school pictures will be on September 2nd with a makeup day of October 26th. So please write those down and keep those handy. And also item number five, were class meetings. Today we met with each of the classes individually, and we talked about our different expectations, things that most students need to be aware of. First on that list was dress code. So dress code is something that I don't want to say goes unnoticed the first few days, but it is not our top priority. But coming back next week, we're going to really be start to enforce our rules and make sure that everybody's familiar with them, so we can continue through the school year with expectations being understood. So the most common things are the midriff tops by the girls and hoodies being up. Obviously, we're not supposed to be able to see any of their stomach area or lower back area, so they should need to be covered. And then the hoodies need to be down. We need to be able to recognize students who they are throughout the building, so we can't do that all the time if they have a hoodie up. So please help us with that and keep in mind that that's something that we expect students to follow. Parking passes. So we still have some students that haven't got parking passes. That's not urgent. We will start checking the lot next week to make sure that all the cars out there have parking passes. You can get those in the office. Those are $50. So if your student plans on driving, they need to have that parking pass. Next up, tardies. So obviously with the traffic flow and our buses learning their new routes, and we're having trouble getting everybody into the building by 8:18, our first hour tardies aren't our priority right now because we know there are some different challenges. That said, second hour, third hour, and the remaining hours, there's no reason for students to be tardy. So those will start to be tracked next week as well, because students should know where their classes are by now. The attendance policy I have attached here in the email. Become familiar with that. Basically, what I want to stress with that is each student gets 7 ex- parent excused absences per semester. So after that, if your student's going to be absent, they need to have a doctor's note. Be aware of that because we already had some parent excused absences, and I want to make sure you are familiar with that policy. Also, set number 7, good news, our yearbooks are in. So if you were a student last year here and you ordered a yearbook, they are in. I put that information on our Facebook page as well. We will be passing those out during homeroom periods over the next couple of weeks. If you know a graduate or if you have a graduate that ordered a yearbook, you can come into the office and get that from them or for them. And we will do that over the next couple of weeks as well. Other than that, athletics are already off to a strong start. Uh, both boys and girls golf have started. Girls golf actually won the invitational over in Champaign, and the boys golf finished fourth at the P&D invite. So they are off to strong starts. So good job to them. And then next week, the rest of our sports pick up, and they'll be in full swing. So super excited about that. Our next our home, or sorry, our football game is at Galesburg next week, so we don't get the true home experience, but we still get a lot of kids to be able to participate not only in football, but our cheer team will be there. So that'll be exciting. And then our first home football game isn't until the following week, which is always really exciting. So, hey, a lot going on. Great first week. It's in the books. Things are looking good. I can't tell you guys enough how appreciative we are of your patience, particularly with the traffic flow. We know it's not perfect. We're hoping it gets better. But thank you for helping us and thank you for being patient with that. Until next week, Dunlap, you stay healthy and you stay classy. Thank you.